If your Excel chart's date axis looks wrong, it's usually not your chart, it's your dates. One tiny issue can make months group oddly, skip days, or treat real dates like random text labels. The good news is you can fix it fast once you know what Excel is actually doing. Excel has two completely different ways to build an axis. One is a true date axis that understands time. The other is a text axis that just lists categories. If Excel picks the wrong one, your chart can look almost right but still mislead you. In the next few minutes, you'll learn a simple checklist. First, confirm whether your dates are real numbers. Next, force the correct axis type. Then, handle missing dates so your timeline stays honest. And finally, fix the classic text dates problem that breaks grouping. After this, your charts will scale cleanly from days to months to years without surprises. Next step. Start with the core idea. Excel stores real dates as numbers. The number is the count of days since a starting point, and time is stored as a fraction of a day. That's why you can subtract two dates and get a number of days. A chart date axis only works correctly when the source values are those real serial numbers. If your dates are actually text, Excel can't space them by time. It will just place them evenly as categories, or it will refuse to group them properly. Here's a quick mental test. If you change a dates format to general, and you see a number like 45,231, it's a real date. If you still see something like 2025-01-15, it's text. Another clue is sorting. Real dates sort chronologically. Text dates often sort alphabetically, which looks almost right until it suddenly doesn't. This one concept explains most date axis problems. Next step. Next, check whether your chart is using a date axis or a text axis. This matters most on line charts and column charts with a horizontal axis. A date axis spaces points by actual time gaps. A text axis spaces labels evenly, even if the dates are far apart. That's why missing dates can look like they never existed. If you have daily data and weekends are missing, a text axis will still show Friday and Monday right next to each other. A date axis will show the gap, which is usually what you want for a timeline. But there are cases where you prefer a text axis, like when each label is a reporting period and you want equal spacing. The fix is simple. Open the axis settings and choose the axis type explicitly. If date axis is available, Excel thinks your values can be dates. If it's not available, that's a strong hint your dates are text. Next step. When grouping is wrong, it's usually one of three things: mixed data types, inconsistent granularity, or axis base units. Mixed data types mean some cells are real dates and some are text that only looks like dates. Excel then can't build a clean timeline. Inconsistent granularity means you're mixing daily dates with month-end dates or mixing dates with timestamps, so grouping behaves unexpectedly. And base units matter because Excel decides whether to group by days, months, or years, based on the axis settings and the span of your data. A practical approach is to standardize first, convert everything to real dates, then decide the level you want to show. If you want monthly grouping, use month start or month end consistently. If you want daily spacing, remove times or round them to whole days. Then set the axis base unit to days or months so Excel stops guessing. You're taking control of the timeline logic. Next step. Let's fix the most common culprit: text dates. These often come from CSV exports, copied web data, or systems that use a different date order like day, month, year. The fastest test is the general format check we mentioned. If it's text, you have a few reliable conversion options. One is text to columns. Even if you only have one column, it forces Excel to reinterpret the text as a date using a chosen format. Another is using date value for pure dates and date value plus time value if there's time included. If the text is in a consistent pattern like YYYYMMDD, you can also build a real date with date and mid functions. After conversion, paste values to lock it in. Then recheck by formatting as general and confirming you get serial numbers. Once the source is real dates, the date axis option appears and grouping becomes predictable again. Next step. Now handle missing dates, because they create two different problems depending on your axis type. On a date axis, missing dates create visible gaps, which is accurate but sometimes visually awkward. On a text axis, missing dates disappear completely, which can be misleading. If you want a continuous daily timeline, you need to supply the missing dates in your data source. The clean method is to create a complete date list, then bring your values in with a lookup. Missing days can return blank or 0, depending on what no data means for your metric. Blanks create breaks in line charts. Zeros create drops, which can imply something happened. Choose intentionally. Another approach is a pivot table with show items with no data, but that works best when your source is already a proper date field. The key is, charts don't invent dates. Your dataset has to. Next step. If your axis labels look cluttered or the grouping feels off, the next lever is the axis units. Excel lets you set a base unit and a major unit. Base unit is the scale, like days or months. Major unit is the step, like every 7 days or every 1 month. If Excel is auto-setting these, you can get strange results, like labels repeating, skipping, or showing uneven intervals. For daily data, a common setup is base unit days and major unit 7 for weekly labels. For multi-year data, use base unit months and major unit 3 or 6 for quarterly or semi-annual labels. Also watch the minimum and maximum bounds. If Excel starts the axis a few days before your first day, it can make your first period look longer than it is. Setting bounds to your actual first and last dates tightens the story your chart tells. Next step. Another sneaky issue is time hiding inside your dates. If your cells display only the date, you might assume they're whole days. But the underlying value could include times like 0813 or 2359. That can cause duplicate-looking dates that won't group as expected, especially in pivots and charts. 2 entries that both display as May 1st might actually be different timestamps, so Excel treats them as separate points. The fix depends on your goal. If you want daily reporting, strip the time by using INT on the date time, which keeps the date serial and removes the fraction. If you need time of day analysis, keep the time but format and group intentionally, like by hour or by day plus hour. The important part is to decide whether time is meaningful. If it isn't, remove it at the source so your axis behaves like a true calendar. Next step. Let's talk about sorting and spacing problems that look like Excel is skipping dates. Sometimes Excel is not skipping anything. It's plotting in the order it receives categories, especially on a text axis. If your source range isn't sorted by real date value, the chart can jump back and forth in time. That creates a line that looks chaotic, or columns that appear out of sequence. First, sort the source data by the date column using the actual values, not the displayed text. Second, ensure there are no blank rows or mixed formats that split the range. Third, watch for leading apostrophes, which force text. If you're using a pivot chart, refresh after conversions, because pivots can cache old interpretations. The goal is simple. A chart can only be as chronological as the data feeding it. Fix order first, then tweak axis settings. Next step. If you're charting data from a pivot table, date grouping has its own rules. Pivot tables can group dates by months, quarters, and years, but only when the field is recognized as a real date. If grouping is grayed out, that's almost always because at least one entry in the field is text or blank. Clean the source, convert text dates, and make sure the entire column is consistently typed. Another common issue is mixing dates and times, which makes grouping feel inconsistent. You can group by days and choose a number, like 7, but if times are present, you may get unexpected buckets. Also, pivot tables can show missing dates if you enable show items with no data, but it depends on the pivot layout and whether your date field is on rows. Use pivots when you want flexible grouping. Use a helper table when you want absolute control. Next step. Sometimes the axis is wrong because the chart type is wrong for your data. A line chart with a date axis is great for continuous time, but if your dates are irregular, like events that happen on scattered days, an XY scatter chart can be more honest. Scatter charts always treat the X values as numeric, so real dates behave like a true scale. That means spacing is proportional to time gaps, even if Excel would otherwise treat them as categories. This is especially useful when you have multiple series with different date points, or when you want to show precise intervals. The trade-off is that scatter charts handle missing values and category-style labeling differently. But if your main complaint is that your chart is spacing dates evenly when it shouldn't, switching to scatter is often the cleanest fix. The rule is, categories use line charts. Measurements over time use date or scatter scales. Next step. Now let's lock in a repeatable troubleshooting checklist you can run in under 2 minutes. Step 1. Pick a few date cells and format them as general. You want serial numbers, not date-looking text. Step 2. Sort by that date column and confirm the order is truly chronological. Step 3. Check for hidden times by looking at the formula bar or formatting as a date time. Step 4. Open axis settings and confirm the axis type is date axis when you need time spacing. Step 5. Set base unit and major unit so Excel stops auto-guessing. Step 6. Decide how to handle missing dates, either accept gaps or build a complete date table and look up values. If you do these in order, you avoid the trap of adjusting chart cosmetics while the underlying data is still broken. Fix data first, then axis logic, then formatting. Next step. One last point. Be careful with regional date formats, because they create looks right is wrong errors. A value like 03/04/2026 can mean March 4th or April 3rd, depending on settings. If Excel imports it as text, you might not notice until grouping fails. If Excel imports it as a date, it might still be the wrong date. For shared files, the safest approach is using an unambiguous format, like YYYY/MMDD for text exchange, then converting to real dates inside Excel. When you must parse ambiguous data, use text to columns and explicitly choose the date order. And if you build dates from parts, use date with year, month, day as separate numbers. That avoids locale confusion completely. The goal is consistency. Once your workbook has consistent real dates, every chart, pivot, and formula becomes easier to trust. Next step. To wrap up, if your Excel date axis is wrong, don't fight the chart first. Verify the dates are real numbers. Remove hidden times if you don't need them. Sort the data by true date values, then choose the right axis type, and set units so Excel doesn't guess. Finally, decide what missing dates should mean and build a complete timeline when you need one. That's the difference between a chart that merely looks fine and a chart that tells the truth. If you want, I can also share a simple template approach. One clean date table, one lookup column, and charts that never break when new rows are added. If this helped, subscribe for more practical Excel fixes that save you from silent spreadsheet errors. And for a quick check, comment with your biggest issue. A. Missing dates, or B. Text dates. I'm always testing new ways to work smarter. Subscribe to see what workflow I'm breaking down next.